Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the HGUC or High Grade Universal Century Gelgoog / Gelgoog Cannon. Now there's a reason why the name of the kit is like that, and as you can see, yeah, I'm not joking or pranking with you guys. There's a reason why I left the kit like this. Now first of all, the Gelgoog or this kit gives you two choices. You can either make the normal Gelgoog, the mass production Gelgoog, or you can go for the Gelgoog Cannon version. And currently what I've did is the main base of the kit. It's basically it's like basically swapping parts, or depending on what you put on, it can become the Gelgoog Cannon or just the Gelgoog. So I'm here to show you guys the basics only. I'm not sure, let's see if I can like basically cover both of them. Okay, first of all, what you get is of course the main base of the kit. You get a ton of stuff, as you can see. As you can see, the ones on the, okay, besides this, the ones putting the head and the beam, the gata or the beam, twin beam saber on the middle. The ones on the left side are for the cannon. The ones on the right side are for mostly the normal Gelgoog. So yeah. First, what you get, of course, is the base. All these parts, as you can see, I will explain them part by part. You get two beam saber effects for the beam. Some people call it Nagata, but the way how you spell it sounds like Nagintana, whatever. You get some extra polycaps left, quite a few than what you would expect from normal high grade, so that's good. And some stickers. However, all the stickers goes on to the head. And as you can see, I only used 4 because there's a reason for that. Now for the mono eye, you get basically 2 mono eyes, or technically 4 if you include these. Now when you put the mono eye, for example, oh boy, you have the chance of putting the mono eye. Basically the mono eye doesn't move, so there's a black piece inside, so you can just use the small pink sticker and then choose the position of the eye. Or what you can do is that, I don't know why they make you do this, but they give you also an option to just use this gigantic black and pink sticker together and then post it on, but it would still go on to the middle. As for me, I also wanted to go on the middle, so that's why I use this. So if you use a smaller one, you can basically choose your position. I still went for the middle because that's how I want my kit. So we have the Gelgoog part and the Gelgoog Cannon parts. Mostly I'm going to show you guys the Gelgoog Cannon because I prefer the normal one. But before that, I'm going to show you guys the articulations. Because either way, the Gelgoog Cannon or the normal one, the articulation is the exact same. So basically, I'm going to show you guys the articulation on the base of the kit, and then I will show the rest. So with that apart, let me, get these parts away for now. Also, nothing to mention, you get, let's see, 4 hands. The 2 general multi-purpose hands, you get 1 open hand, and you get a trigger finger hand. However, yeah, it's, as you can see, it's a bit shaky. Despite being number 74, I think number 76 actually, yeah. Despite being number 76, this does not come in with the hand peg system, meaning that there's no peg or holes on the weapon and hand itself. So I don't know why. I'm assuming that this Gelgoog, which is based on number 70, which is the Char Gelgoog, and then that is also based on the older Gelgoogs, which is like the Gelgoog Marine, Sima's Gelgoog, the Gelgoog Jagger. That's what I'm assuming. That's why it's kind of shaky. So because the old ones that didn't have that, I'm assuming they utilized those hands exactly to the same kit. So that's why I think there's no hand pegs on it. Okay, let's get on to the articulations now. It's gonna be awkward. You know what? I'll just use the Gelgoog head. Now, the way how the head connects is that there's a the ball joint connects into the body, and then the outside is just a peg, so you can just peg it on. Somehow the Gelgoog Cannon head attaches more easily and you can take it off more easily compared to the normal one. Another thing is that for the head, they give you options. Now, the one I used is just the normal soldier grunt version, but they do give you a part for, you can replace this part and attach the one that has the fin on it. Basically, they give you parts for the fin, and to be honest, I don't think it looks that good with the fin. Because I've never actually seen a commander type Gelgoog Cannon in the anime or games, and the fact that the fin is like on top of it like an antenna, it doesn't look that good. So I'm not gonna like show you guys that. So that also goes for the normal Gelgoog. You also get a commander type with the fin on it, or you can have another piece to have the normal grunt version. And that back one is for the fin on the head like that. Okay, with that, let's check the articulation on the head. Once again, the monoid does not move. It doesn't have much down movement. It can go up that much. And 360, okay, basically it's technically possible, but you need to pull out the head a little bit. If you're like fully budged in, it won't do 360. And let's see. Of course, according to Gundam Wiki, the number 70 Shards Gelgoog, which this was basically based on, was the first kit to have like multiple hip joints, which I really don't understand. But yeah, there's not much movement on the body. This is really stiff, which is a good thing, better than loose. But yeah, this is really stiff. The cockpit is there; it doesn't open, but they do give you a separate piece for that, so that's very nice. The arms. Now the arms. Because of the shoulders, it kind of feels wonky, but it still has plenty of articulations. But first of all, you only get a 90-degree bend, and there's a pole and peg. I mean, there's a polycab there for the equipment for the Gelgoog Cannon and the normal Gelgoog. So depending on what you attach on, only 90-degree bend, and the hands are typical ball joints. The arm has your typical 360 twist, and can go out 90 degrees to the side, most likely. And only 90, no, this is not a double joint, so only 90-degree bend. 360 is pretty much possible. And the way how this connects is that, like the master grade somehow, the shoulder is a separate piece. So basically there's a peg there's a peg coming out from the body, so you connect the main arm to that, and before you put the arm, you attach the shoulder. So that's how this works. Also, because there's some joints in the main body, so you can push or move the shoulder forward a little bit, not too much. And sometimes they don't try to go back into their position. I don't know why. Okay, we've seen that. The body is basically a ball joint, so no problem, and 360 is possible. Yeah, as you can see the chest move a little bit up and down. Now they don't go left and right. Okay, the legs. Now, the legs don't have much articulation. Considering that, okay, despite having a front skirt, it's pretty wide and it doesn't really move that much. So and they're connected to a ball joint, a plastic ball joint, so not your polycap ball joints, I think. And then it can go 90 degrees up front, so most likely. And then it technically has a double joint. However, because of the size of the gigantic leg/feet, it gets hindered on the process. And the feet are just your general, ball joint connected feet. And I do like the details they put in the feet, and also on the back skirts and leg skirts, I guess, because they have all these thrusters go inside them. Really nice touch. And the back, also depending on what you choose, you can basically customize. Now, this part is where you hold the beam Nagata. And if you go for the Gelgoog, normal Gelgoog, you can attach it on the back. And this is for the Canon. However, the reason why I wasn't able to take this out is because it's stuck really hard. I mean, I can't take it out. I'm not joking. So I'm just going to leave it because I'm mostly going to focus on the Gelgoog Cannon. Okay, so the beam weapon goes there. Pretty nice. And sure, it moves a bit, but it's okay, to be honest, because there's some nice poses that you can actually do with this kit. Okay, now for the Gelgoog Cannon. Now, for the Cannon, you use these parts, the arm guard and the missile launcher. Whereas the normal one use these, I don't know what these are, to be honest. The Gelgoog Jagger, these are supposed to be like machine guns or Vulcans, but these ones are just vents, or I have no idea what these are. But yeah, for example, if you go for the normal one, you attach it like that, and then you can the shield, which is this, no stickers, no decals. If you go for this is for the attaching on the back, And if you go for the other one, this is for attaching to the shield to that hole over there, and it picks in pretty well. It's not loose by all means. You know what, I'll just try to show you guys. And for the back, if you attach this small green part to this part, I'm not gonna do it too tightly. Basically, you have some options where you can use this small piece and attach the beam saber slash Nagata to the back and then store it in, and then you can use this piece to store the shield on the back like that. I believe the Master Grade has like some sort of like weird mechanism where you can basically take out the shield from the back to the side with like a connector. So that's basically it. Now for the Canon, very simple. Basically you attach this backpack. I'm assuming that this has more speed because of this has like additional thrusters on the backpack. No stickers on the backpack, and the thrusters do have some movement on here a little bit, and the Canon does move. Oh boy, Canon does move about, yeah, not straight up front but almost. And these pipes are somehow separate pieces. Interesting. Okay, we got that. Now for the other arm weapons, I'll take those out. This is the arm guard, which is basically, I'm assuming that this replaces the shield. I guess this would be a more efficient way, but I don't know. I wish they would have rather give two of these or something that looks like this but has like another weapon under it to make it look more, you know, heavily armed. But that's just me. Okay, and this one, they just this also uses the peg and another peg to connect it more firmly. So when I tried to take these out, they were kind of tricky. And there you go, you have the Gelgoog Cannon. Very nice. The reason I also like that is like it looks more armed and looks more stable in my own opinion. So yeah, also with the additional open hand, you can basically pull off a lot of good poses. Despite it only goes 90 degrees bend, but it can go forward and backward pretty well. Basically you can, hey, where'd the beam saber go? Ah, okay, you can attach the beam saber and then make it look like as if it's trying to pull, you know, reach it. Yeah. And you can do like multiple poses with the cannon, missile launcher. I always thought these were like grenade launchers, but apparently according to Gundam Wiki, they are missile launchers. You can pull off very nice poses with this kit. Really impressed as well. And the legs, despite, as I showed you, there's not much movement in the front skirt, and you know, because of the big leg, there's no like full double bend. It's still it can pull off very good poses, better than you can think, and that looks amazing in my own opinion. I'm more of a Federation guy, but if there's one thing that the Xeon kits do have an advantage, mostly, not all the time, but is their gigantic feet, so they don't have any balance issues. And the balance of this kit is pretty well, I believe, because while testing it can still stand on its own 1 feet leg, I guess that's how, if you call it. So yeah, so that was the review. Actually, that was the review of the HGUC Gelgoog / Gelgoog Cannon. Sorry if I didn't show the normal Gelgoog, because I wanted to more focus on the Gelgoog Cannon, but as I mentioned, the articulation is basically the exact same, both of them. It's just a matter of different different parts and equipment. Also, I almost forgot to mention that this is the beam weapon or effect. There's nothing. Okay, these are just pegs, I believe, but I believe if you want to do go for anime accuracy, you have to do it like this, because usually the Gelgoog would spin its beam Nagata, and I barely seen Gelgoog cannons actually use this, but the fact that they store one on the back of the waist is pretty interesting. Well, better than not having one. Oh yeah, one more thing. As I mentioned, you can still attach the beam rifle to either one. It will still work. Okay, because it's no hand peg, it's kind of flimsy, it's kind of shaky. As you can see, it's not falling off because there's a trigger because there's the finger inside the trigger. So with a few adjustments, it's pretty okay. At least it's not falling off. And still, with that open hand, you can still like give it some support if you wish to do so, like that. Okay, mine's pretty stiff on the arm, so I don't know why. But yeah, there's a lot of good poses and good playability on this kit, so I can recommend this for anybody, any beginners or any Xeon fans out there, to be honest. So yeah, this was the review of the HGUC Gelgoog and Gelgoog Cannon. If you have any requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong, also leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. I still have more kits to buy and build, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!